The Joe Rogan Experience.
You took a long time off. You took like 6 years off and then came back again in 2010 for one fight.
Well, yeah, I came back for that only because I got put in jail. I got put in prison, and it was funny because after I got out of prison, it was on national TV. It was in all the newspapers, magazines. Funny how I start fading out of the media. All of a sudden, I get arrested. I'm like a hot thing in the media again. You know, it's like.
There's a shocker.
So that's why you fought
the media, man. You know, but anyway, you know, I when I got out, you know, when I would go to bars and stuff, people would say, some people would say like, "Oh, I seen you on TV," and I'm like, "Fuck," and I'm thinking to myself, "Is that the one with me handcuffed walking with police, or was it an old fight?" Yeah, I'm like, "Oh God, I hated that," you know. So I figured, you know, the only way to make it up to my fans and let them know that I'm back. You know, we get drug tested in Japan. Marijuana is a big thing now in Japan. We get tested for marijuana. If you have any marijuana in your blood in Japan, you're not going to be able to fight. So.
What did you get arrested for?
Marijuana.
What happened?
Well, I had 16 grams in my car. I had
That's
like
it?
20 joints. We were going to have a little party in Roppongi, and was on the way down. And they do a lot of inspections just randomly. They walk around. And in Japan, it's kind of unconstitutional where they don't need a reason to search you. They'll come right up to your car and say, "I want to check in your car." And it's like, I was stoned, and I had a joint. I mean, a roach right on the dashboard, and I was like, and you know, when you're stoned, you think you're getting sneaky, but it's like so bad. It's like, what roach? And I put it in my pocket, and they're following me the whole time. Like it's in their pocket. And I'm like, so I put my phone in the pocket, pull it behind my phone. I said, "Nothing in my pocket. This is behind your phone." I'm like, "Oh fuck, I'm fucked." Yeah.
So, what is it like? Is it like being caught with cocaine or heroin?
Yeah, it was like
in America?
a drug's a drug in Japan. Yeah, so
doesn't matter. Weed,
it doesn't
anything.
matter. Yeah, so I was facing some bad time, you know, because I was a famous figure and they wanted to make an example of me. So,
wow, what was the worst case scenario?
I think it was 5 years.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so I was facing that. It all depended on what came up in my house and my gym when they did the search the next day.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what came up?
Nothing. Nothing came up.
So that saved you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was kind of baffled that nothing came up. I was like, shit, nothing came up.
Someone stole my fucking weed.
Yeah, so, you know, nothing came up. So it was then the interrogation came to finding out where I got my stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, and, you know, so when in Japan, if you throw everything to a foreign person, they'll drop it. They won't want to go find someone in America. I told them I was a student from Guam.
Oh.
And just they asked me for a name, and I said Tony. I knew like 3 Tonys in Guam, so I figured that's the easiest way to keep it real, Tony. And then we had like 2 days of questioning. I mean, you're talking interrogation for like 8 hours straight, just interrogation. And late, like the 3rd day, they just so happened caught me off guard, man. And they asked me, "What's Tony's last name?" And this freaking ridiculous, the first name that popped in my head was Montana. And right when I said Montana, I was thinking to myself, "Oh fuck! If these guys watch Scarface, man," I was like, "I'm screwed." You know, I'm screwed because they'll start the interrogation all over if I get caught in a lie. And
Right.
So I saw him write it down in Japanese, Montana, and then he just jotted it down, and I was like, "Fuck."
No Scarface? Does Scarface get translated into Japanese?
I don't know.
It's not that popular?
I don't think it's that popular there, yeah, but
that's fucking
so
hilarious.
Tony Montana gave me my marijuana, you know. So
How long was
story is worth the trip in.
How long was the ordeal from getting arrested to getting cleared?
28 days.
Oh man.
Which isn't a big deal if you know it's going to be 28 days. But you're sitting in there and you don't know what's going to happen to you. And you don't know what's going on in the outside world because you're shut off. And you're wondering if you're going to spend 5 years. It's kind of, 28 days is a long 28 days.
Wow. So you went from there and you said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna take on another fight."
Well, I went in there and it was good for me actually. I mean, I always think back and think, okay, I should have done this. I should have done this if I didn't put the roast in that. And I keep thinking that, and I catch myself and think, wait a minute, this is probably one of the best things that happened to you, because the biggest thing that happened to me in that was I learned how important my freedom was. I mean, everyone takes it for granted every day. Wake up, oh, what are you going to do today? And it's like, shit, I got nothing to do. It's freaking overcast, a shitty day. What am I going to do? It's like, oh, damn, it's a shitty day, you know. But, man, just the fact that you can choose to stay at home, you can choose to eat McDonald's, or you can choose to just hang out, or you can choose to be bored, you know.
Freedom.
That freedom's awesome. So it was something that really made me realize that how important freedom was.
Yeah, a lot of people take it for granted. You know, you dealing with a situation like that, especially over something like weed, where it's so nonsensical and crazy, they could take away your freedom for fucking years.
Yeah, the thing about that is I served the time, went to the court. I got 3 years probation where I couldn't leave Japan for 3 years. I didn't even get to go to my grandmother's funeral. And I figured, okay, I gotta be good these 3 years, and I will start up again. And then next thing I know, I get a letter from the immigration telling me that I just lost my green card because of infringement, and I gotta leave Japan.
Whoa.
And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I've been here for 20 years. My whole life is here. I bought a house there. I got gyms here. I can't leave Japan. So I called them up, and they had this real generic answer. Okay, if you're contesting it, you're going to start an investigation. You have to come down to Immigration Center and blah, blah, blah. I went down. It was an 8-month investigation. I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean,
8 months.
I had to go down there numerous times and just like all day interrogations. And it would start from the beginning, the name of your mom and dad, what do they do? I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything, you know? And I'm just going along with the row, and it's like the next week I go in for another interrogation. They start all over again, a whole new investigator. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I just told the other guy, you know. And it got to a point, it was so bad that I got so frustrated in there. As much as I needed to be in Japan, I looked at the guy, I said, you know what? I love Japan. I made this place my home. And if fucking Japan doesn't want me, I don't want to fucking be here. I told him straight up like that. And I said, oh, shit, I just screwed myself, man. But I thought, you know, I got so frustrated. I said, you know, I served my time, man, and I'm doing good things for Japan. You know, you guys gonna try and kick me out. If you guys don't want me, you know what? I don't want to fucking be here if they don't want me here, you know. So you know, the interrogation went on, and there was one guy that was a fan of mine when he was interrogating me, and then he kind of did something illegal where he told me that between these two red markers, he said, look at those two papers. He said, he flipped it open. He said, this is all petitions coming in for you not to get kicked out of Japan. And I saw the papers like this thick. I was like, oh, shit, that's a lot. He said, yeah, you got like 4,000 in already. And the petition in Japan isn't just names. You got to leave your name, your phone number, your address, and everything. You know, so it's not a bullshit where you can just get people to sign their names.
Just write some fake email address.
Yeah, so they're writing this 4,000. And every time we get an interrogation, I see that between those two red markers getting thicker and thicker. And I come to find at the end, it came out to be 9,000. In 8 months, 9,000 people sent in that they don't want me kicked out of Japan. And immigration is there to protect Japan from so-called dangerous foreigners. So when their people that they're supposed to be protecting is sending in 9,000 letters saying they don't want this guy kicked out.
So that was the overwhelming
I think that
thing
was,
that kept you in
I could
there?
have been deported, yeah.